Okie dokie. I hope you're ready, guys, to make some incredible pizza. If you're just joining us, welcome to Cook with Jack, sponsored by Bite Back 2030. It's lovely to see you all. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you've had a great week, and I hope you're feeling hungry. This one is a corker. Now, let me start by going through our ingredients, making sure we're ready, and then we'll start the cooking process. So, the ingredients for this are really simple. Like any good pizza, it's simplicity that's important and good, nice, healthy ingredients. So, the base for our pizza is going to be, here we are, our wholemeal tortilla. This is why it's a cheat pizza. We're using the wholemeal tortilla that we also used yesterday for our incredible quesadillas. So, wholemeal tortilla is our base. As our tomato sauce, we're using passata, okay? And again, as this is part of one shopping list, I'm using the 2 tablespoons of passata that I saved from Monday's dish, which was bolognese. I've also got an egg, a red pepper, and a tomato. They're left over from yesterday. And finally, I've got some cheddar cheese, of course. They are our ingredients for today. That's all we need to make an incredible pizza. Now, the first thing I want you to do with me is to turn on your grill to a medium heat. Turn on your grill to a medium heat. If you don't have a grill, turn on your oven to as high heat as possible. Guys, a grill is best. I don't have a grill here, so I'm using an oven at as high a heat as possible. Either way, you'll be great. Just turn on your grill, turn on your oven, and as always, when it comes to sharp knives or when it comes to heat, make sure you're doing everything with the supervision of an adult or ask an adult to help you. Now, to make this pizza, the first thing we're going to do is prepare all of our ingredients. Then we're going to add them to our pizza base, and then we're going to cook our pizza twice. Once on a frying pan or in a frying pan on a hob, and once in the grill or in the oven. That is how we get to making our beautiful pizza. It should take us about 20 minutes or so, okay? And as always, I'm going to do everything at a pace where you can follow and we can cook along together. As always, guys, I love hearing your feedback. I love hearing your comments. So leave a comment in the comments just below, or take pictures and tag us on @BiteBack2030 or #CookWithJack. Lastly, before we start cooking, as always, make sure you're nice and organised. A good chef always is nice and clean. You've washed your hands. You have an apron on, like me, and you have a bin bowl for all your rubbish with a little cloth in case you make any mess. Kitchen roll will do just fine. So, let's do this. Step 1, prepare all of your ingredients. Essentially, guys, if you look at my pizza ingredients just here, I've got 5 toppings for my pizza. Cheese, passata, pepper, tomato, egg. 5 toppings. So what we're going to do is to get all of them prepared and ready. Topping 1, passata. If it's still in a container, get it ready. Leave it to the side. Topping 1, done. Nice and easy. Topping 2. Let's do some knife skills, shall we? So we're chopping today a red pepper and a tomato. But guys, if you don't have a pepper or a tomato, you can use any veg that you like on this pizza. Make it your own. The beauty, the joy of cooking at home is that you are the chef, you are in charge, so you decide what goes on your pizza. Today, as I'm sticking to my lunch list, my shopping list, I'm using the leftover tomato and the leftover pepper that we used yesterday. So, first of all, this quarter of a pepper just here, we want to take out the pith. All you need to do is peel this away. And that goes in your bin bowl. If your pepper is at all wobbly, that's no problem. Just squish it a little bit, like that. Okay? You want to make sure it's nice and flat, so it's steady when you're chopping it. Now I'm going to start chopping and slicing this pepper. Again, make sure you're slow about this. Make sure, please guys, that you're taking care. Do it with the supervision of an adult, or ask an adult to help you and to do it for you. Either way, we're on the way to an incredible pizza. It's also important as a chef that you're using a knife that you feel comfortable with. Any knife that you're confident and comfortable with, I'm happy with. I'm going to use this one today. And we want to make nice thin strips of our pepper. So, to chop our pepper, I'm going to chop through the flesh first. If you chop through the skin first, it's a little bit waxy and a little bit hard on your knife. If you chop through the flesh first, the knife will come out a lot easier. Easier for you, easier for your knife. Remember, like we've been doing all week, when you're chopping, no flat fingertips. No flat fingertips. Raise your fingertips up, your knuckles up like this, so your fingertips are nice and protected, okay? Like that. So can you see here, no flat fingertips, raise your knuckles up, protect your fingertips, and make nice thin strips for me, chefs. Nice thin strips, and look, the slower I go, the more attention I give, the safer I'll be, and the thinner my strips will be. So, don't rush it, I'm going to go nice and slowly with you. Let's make some nice thin strips of our pepper. Here we go. That's it. Nice and slow. And always keeping my fingertips upright, my knuckles over, so that my fingertips are nice and protected. In a professional kitchen, we call it the chef's claw, because it looks like a claw. There we are. Now we're working some wonderful knife skills today, because why not? It's a fun thing to do at lunchtime. If you wanted to, you could easily just grate the pepper, grate the tomato as well. It's your choice. Here are my lovely pepper slices. Okay, the pepper is just going to go on one side. There we go. Put it on a plate somewhere separate, or put it at the top of your chopping board, somewhere nice and out of the way, so your board is clear. Next, our tomato. If you're using a whole tomato, I'm using just a half here, but if you're starting from a whole tomato, chop it in half first, really carefully, using the bridge technique that I showed you yesterday, so that you have just a half. When you have just a half, and that's all we need for one portion of pizza today, then your tomato can go flat on your board, and look, it's nice and sturdy, it's not wobbling. If your tomato is whole, it will be wobbling like this, which isn't safe. Chop it in half, have it flat on the board, and in the same way as the pepper, let's make nice thin slices. Again, guys, take your time. There's no rush. There we go. Remember what to do with those fingertips. Tuck them in, raise your knuckles up, give that claw technique so that your fingers are nice and safe, and always chop nice and slowly. As we're going, guys, feel free to give us a comment down in the comment section below, and I'll try and answer any questions that you have. There we go. Almost there. If you have a big chunk of tomato at the end and you can't quite chop it, don't worry about it. Leave it slightly bigger. It will go just fine on your pizza. And there we have our fantastic chopped tomatoes. There we go. I'm going to put them neatly at the top of my board. I'll give you another 20 seconds to finish chopping them. Guys, as I say, I'm using pepper and tomato today, but you can use what you like or what you have in your fridge. What's important is that we try and eat 5 portions of fruit and veg a day. It's so important to keep us healthy. Veg and fruit, they're full of vitamins, they're full of nutrients. It's a really important thing. So a portion of veg is a small handful. Okay, that's a portion of veg. And as I say, we need to aim for 5 every single day. It's also really great if you can eat the rainbow, not just one colour, not just green, but red and yellow. And eat the rainbow, because different coloured vegetables come with different nutrients and different vitamins. So eat the rainbow if you can. It looks pretty and it tastes great too. So, peppers done, tomatoes done, passata done. Let's move on now to our cheese, our fourth ingredient out of 5. I've got 30 grams of cheese just here, and I'm going to very slowly and carefully, of course, grate it. You can do the same with me. Find yourself a grater, grate it very carefully in a motion away from you down towards your board or towards your table. Oh yes. Now cheese is a really good source of dairy, and dairy contains essential nutrients. So it's important to have that as part of your diet. But cheese can be high in fat and in salt. So don't use too much of it, okay? My tip, we're using 30 grams today. My tip is to choose mature cheddar, because mature cheddar comes with more flavour, it's more tangy, it's more rich, it's more tasty, which means you can use less of it and get more flavour at the same time. Grate your cheese, guys, leave it at the top. Nice and neat. Okay, we are nearly there. The final thing that we need to add, or get ready I should say, is our egg. I have one large free-range egg just here. What we're going to do is we're going to crack it now, because that's going to go on our pizza, but we're going to crack it into a bowl just to make it as easy as possible to lower onto our pizza. So, to crack your egg, remember, on a board, give a tap so that a little indentation comes out like that, and then use your thumbs to open up your egg into your bowl. And where does your eggshell go? Your eggshell goes straight into your bin bowl, like so. Fantastic, well done chefs at home, I think we're there. We have all of our 5 pizza toppings ready. Our passata, our peppers, our tomatoes, our cheese, and our egg. Well done. Step 1 of making our pizza is done. Before we move on to step 2, any mess, give it a wipe into your bin bowl. Get organised. There we go. Let's move on to step 2. So step 2 is assembling our pizza. What you need for this is a pan. Like that, a pan that fits well your wholemeal tortilla. See, mine's just about fitting. If it fits snugly, it's no problem. If it's a really big pan, it's no problem. Just make sure it fits just about, and we will be fine. A good chef is always flexible in the kitchen. Okay, that's it. It's in. Now the pan I'm using today, first of all, of course, it's not been on the heat, it's cold, and it's an oven-proof pan. If you're using a grill today, or if you're using the oven, you need to use an oven-proof pan. Really important. And when we start cooking with this, we'll need to be using an oven glove or a tea towel, and do it with the supervision of an adult. Thank you, team. Now, step 2, assembly. Tortilla, the base of our pizza, goes in our pan, like that. Here we go. Now the first thing we want to add is passata, okay? Passata. We've got 2 spoons of passata here. I'm taking 1 spoon, adding to my pizza, like that. And then what I'm going to do is just spread this around, like that, like a pro. And if you'd like to add some more passata, your second spoon, because you like those tomatoes, add some more passata. And again, like they do in the restaurants, let's give that a good old spread. There we go. Oh, yes. Okay. You happy with that, team? Look at that. That's a pizza. That's the beginning. Now it's time to add, I've got a bit more left here. Let's use that up. Now it's time to add our other 4 toppings. So first of all, I want you to start with your tomatoes and your peppers. Tomatoes and peppers. Now, you can do this one of two ways, okay? You can be really particular about it and put the tomatoes on in the exact place you want. And if you want to do that, that is perfect. Or you can take your peppers and drop them on and see where gravity takes them. Whichever you like, guys. This is your pizza. What I want you to do is make it how you like it, okay? Use up all of those tomatoes, all of those peppers, please. Fantastic. Okay, passata, tomatoes, peppers, done. Next, our cheddar cheese. I'm going to very evenly, I'll just take up a little handful and very evenly spread it across the whole pizza. Make sure that it goes straight on the wholemeal tortilla and nothing goes around the edges. All on the tortilla. There we go. Oh yes. How hungry are we getting, team? I'm starving. There we go. Okay, let me show you that, and then we'll add our last ingredient, our egg. Wholemeal tortilla, passata, tomato, pepper, and cheese. Oh yes! Delicious. Now, with the egg, it's in a little bowl or a ramekin like this one for a reason. It means we can just drop it in the middle of the pizza, okay? So that's what I'd like you to do. Now, if it spreads out a bit, it's no problem. That's what happens in the real world of pizza. But the more gentle you drop it, the best chance you give it of staying in the center. So let's drop it in. But before we do that, it's probably a good idea to get your pan on the hob. Don't turn the hob on yet. Do not turn the hob on yet. But get your pan ready on the hob, on your stove, without the heat. We'll drop our egg in and then we'll move on to step 3. So here we go. Nice and gently. Oh yes. Look at that. Okay. Are you with me, guys? How are we finding things so far? Well done for completing step 2. We're now going to move on to the final step. Step 3 of cooking our pizza. We're going to cook it. That's it. Now the cooking comes in 2 stages. The first is on the hob, so on the fire or on the stove. And we're going to turn this onto a medium heat now to cook the base. Get it nice and crispy. And we'll cook that for about 3 minutes or so. Then we'll move it to the grill. So turn on your heat now to a medium heat, and remember to take care whilst doing this. Ask an adult to help you. Make sure you're doing it with an adult supervision. Let's get you on. Hope your hob's working better than mine is. There we go. That's it. We're on. I've turned my heat on, so now this is going to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. What we want now is to crisp up the base, okay? So in about 1 minute, we'll check the base, see how crispy it's getting. For now, if you've made any mess, now's the time to get clean, get organised. Also, guys, if you can make sure your grill is still on a medium heat, that would be great. There we go. Nice and clean, not leaving any washing up for anyone else. So what we're going to do here is we're going to let this cook, as I say, for 1 to 2 minutes, get the base nice and crispy, and then we'll cook the top using the grill or your very hot oven. Now, what I love about this pizza is that it's got a range of healthy things on it. We've got our passata, we've got our vegetables, and you can use any vegetables you like. Do you have leftover mushrooms at home? Use them. Do you have courgettes, broccoli? anything, some chili to make it nice and spicy. When you next make this at home, guys, maybe this weekend for Saturday night dinner, use the ingredients you have, use the ingredients you love. Pizza is beautiful because it's happy to take anything and make a nice, healthy pizza like this. It's really impressive to cook for your family, and as I say, nice and delicious and simple too. So we've got our veg on there. We've got our cheese, which, as I said earlier, is a good source of dairy. We've got egg too. The egg is important because it tastes great, but it's a good source of protein as well. Eggs are without a doubt one of my favourite ingredients because they're the most valuable, most versatile sources of protein there is. And protein is great for muscles and for staying strong and repairing, but it's also full of other nutrients as well. So a nice egg on there too. But as I say, guys, when it comes to making this again at home, use what you like and try and use as many vegetables as you can. Okay, I've got Emily just here saying she's using ham. Superb. I love ham. I'm very jealous. I don't have any in the fridge at the moment, but ham on pizza is delicious. Now, this has been cooking for about 1 to 2 minutes on my medium heat on the pan. What I want to do now is check how crispy it is at the bottom. I want to see a little bit of colour. So ask an adult to do this for you if you're not comfortable, and get maybe some tongs like this and just have a peek. Have a little peek and see, is it starting to get crispy? Is it starting to get a little bit coloured? If so, you're ready to move this to the grill. Let me look. Ooh, nearly there. Very nearly there. I know this is a live cook along, guys, but I want to go at the same pace as you, and I also want to make sure that my lunch is just as delicious as it possibly can be. So I'm going to wait about 15 seconds, then mine is going to go under the grill, or in my case, in my very hot oven. If yours is ready now, put it in the oven, put it in the grill, but make sure you have the adult supervision and you're doing it with an oven glove. So, I'm going to have one more look. Oh yes, we are ready. Fantastic. Mine's going in the grill. Heat off. So guys, 3 minutes or so in your grill or in your oven. That's all you have to wait. So we're nearly there for our first ever pizza. How did you find it? I love making pizza. I love eating pizza, of course, and I love making them just a little bit different each time. Let us know how you find this pizza recipe and when you've been eating it. As I say, give us a comment, contact us on social media and let us know how you find it. Did you enjoy the recipe? And are you enjoying this week's group of recipes, guys? We've got some incredible stuff. We've already done bolognese, quesadillas, pizza now. Coming up, tomorrow we've got a lovely rainbow salad wrap, and on Friday, egg fried rice. Incredible. Please, via the comments or via social media, let us know, are you enjoying the range of recipes? How are you doing? I think if you've cooked these recipes so far with me, it's a huge, huge achievement. Well done, everyone, for achieving so much every single lunchtime. And it's not this one lunchtime that you've achieved this pizza. You'll now know how to cook this pizza for the rest of your life. So well done for cooking along with me each day. It's a great skill. I hope you're learning something, and I hope you're enjoying your lunches as well. I'm starting to get hungry, and I think it's time to check on the pizza. What we want to make sure is that the cheese is slightly melted, but most importantly, that the egg is cooked through. Really important. So we're going to check on the pizza, and when you have your adult in your room, I want the adult to do that for you. They'll need to do it with an oven glove like this. Be really careful of the hot grill oven, and remember the pan is hot too. So let's go and get our pizzas and have a look at how they're doing. I'm going to get mine. I'm going to show you where mine is just now. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at this. If your egg is cooked, your pizza is ready, put your pan somewhere that is heat proof. And even though if your pan has been in the grill and the handle hasn't, place a towel on the handle because it may still be hot. It's particularly important if it's been in the oven. Now, if your pizza isn't ready and your egg isn't cooked, leave it in for another 30 seconds, but keep an eye on it, okay? Now mine's cooked. Let me show you how it looks. I will just get a utensil to keep it in place. Look at that. Oh yes. Oh, slipping a little bit. We have our passata, our tomato, our pepper, our egg, and our cheese as well. So it's time to serve this up onto our board. Now you can either, if you have a non-stick pan, you can just push it out like that, or very carefully use a spatula and onto a wooden board like this, and this pan is still hot. So wherever you're putting it, make sure it's heat proof and make sure the handle is covered with a cloth. Okay, how excited are we about this? Oh my goodness, that looks delicious, doesn't it? I am going to slice up my pizza and then we're going to eat. To slice your pizza, you can use anything you like. A knife like this works great. You could use scissors. Or if you have one, you can use a pizza slice. It's up to you, okay? How am I going to get through this one? I'm going to use my pizza slice. Let's move everything a bit back into the center. Here we go. I'm going to cut my pizza into quarters, okay? And to be fancy, I'm going to put that egg yolk in the middle, like that. Be careful, it will be hot, just so that each piece has a bit of yolk. There we go. Look at that. Wow. Find yourself a plate, guys, and very carefully, using your spatula, serve yourself up. There's one. There's two. There's three. And there's four. There we go. Now, if you like your pizza with sauces, a bit of hot sauce, a bit of ketchup, by all means, choose the sauce of your liking. But there we have it, team. There we have it. This is our glorious pizza. Look, how good does that look? Incredible, and it's only taken us, once again, 30 minutes. I'm going to stop talking to let you eat, but as always, the final three things for me are, well,